you don't hear really much about it anymore. I used to love to get on the air and just call you on 2-meter FM on 5Q, the simplex frequency, and just see how far I can reach out. It was always very interesting. From here, running about 25 watts, I can talk to guys down on the eastern shore, and sometimes as far as eastern, and then down into the Salisbury area and stuff like that on 2 meters. But you don't hear people operating 2-meter simplex anymore, even from the car. And actually, at the same time, you don't hear that very much. You don't hear that very much activity on the repeaters. I've had this repeater on during the daytime on the HT and hear nothing except for when it comes in and gives the ID and the time. No one is on it, and that's the reason why I like the idea of having a net. At least it gets people to use the frequency. I mean, everybody wants to have their own repeater, but yet nobody wants to talk on the repeaters. All right, there, Joe. I tell you what, I'm gonna go back upstairs, spend some time with the YL. Yeah, I heard they was, and I'm surprised she hasn't called down to me yet, because usually she tries to notify me it's time to come up, time to put down the microphone, come upstairs. Over to you, Joe. I tell you, have yourself a good evening. Thank you very, very much for being here for the net this evening. And don't forget the internet. Next one will be Thursday. And then there's the net on Friday. Back over to you. Whiskey America 3, Delta Victor Officer.
There's crackling noise on it. But other than that, that's all I wanted. Just a signal report on this is a Yaesu 8900, and it's the one I use for the AR News. I use different radio for the WeatherNet. The only thing this radio does is run the amateur radio news broadcast every Thursday night for 20 minutes. So I'd like a radio check. Back to net and 3RO.
K3GMR, Rick, I would not change a thing. It is perfectly fine. No crackle, no hiss, no pop, no nothing. That 8900 is treating you just fine. Thanks for that, and thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you. Dave, go ahead.
The service in North Platte has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Garden County in the Panhandle of Nebraska, southwestern Sheridan County in the Panhandle of Nebraska, until 6:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 5:53 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Alliance to 12 miles southeast of Alliance Municipal Airport to near Broadwater, moving east at 30 miles an hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles an hour wind gusts and half-dollar-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Ellsworth, Antioch, Crescent Lake National Wildlife Refuge, Racket, Patterson Lake, Dogtown Flats, Deer Lake, Britton Lake, Kennedy Lake, Wild Horse Flats, Snow Lake, Richardson Lake, Miles Lake, Mumper, Wixon Lake, Lakeside, Herman Lake, Jerry Lake, Adams Flats, and Trowner Lake. This includes the following highways: Highway 250 between mile markers 1 and 9. Highway 2 between mile markers 96 and 124. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 6:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for the following counties in Nebraska: Garden and Sheridan. warning for northwestern Turner County in Georgia, Doherty County in southwestern Georgia, northeastern Mitchell County in southwestern Georgia, Lee County in southwestern Georgia, northeastern Baker County in southwestern Georgia, Terrell County in southwestern Georgia, northwestern Rook County in Georgia, until 8:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Leslie to near Leesburg to 8 miles northeast of Leary, moving southeast at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, side and trees. Locations impacted include Albany, Dawson, Leesburg, Putney, Sylvester, Buckhannon, Smithville, East Albany, Marine Corps Logistics Base, Turner City, Walker, Warwick, Sasser, Brownwood, Radium Springs, Stocks, Sylvester Airport, Dawson Municipal Airport, Crestwood, and Miami. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following counties in Georgia: Baker, Doherty, Lee, Mitchell, Terrell, and Worth.
This will be KB3, KGA. I'll be clear and listening in a little while.
Stand by for just a second. Stand by, net.
Hello, this is Kilo Foxtrot 6 Yank Sierra Victor. This is Chris checking in via Echolink. Location is Reston, Virginia.
This is K3GMR, and testing the crossband, or the
This is Chris. I'm a new resident of the area, moved from the west coast. The handle is Chris.
I believe so, but since we rotate who's net control, it's possible I may have missed earlier check-in. So are you first time, or is this a repeat?
This is my first time on this net. I've tried to use an Echolink because I guess my 2-meter setup here in the apartment is not ideal. So Echolink it is for now until I troubleshoot my antenna. This is KF6YC back to Mexico.
I'm probably a position.
That's certainly a good reason for using Echolink, and good luck in getting everything set up. Not sure how difficult it'll be getting a proper antenna set up where you are. On battery power, emergency power, or operating mobile.
Relaying for Mike. He wants me to pick up a net here and ask people to move over to the one.
The service in Dodge City has issued a central Finney County in southwestern Kansas, northeastern Scott County in west central Kansas, Lane County in west central Kansas, until 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 7 miles north of Healy to 13 miles east of Rend, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Dighton, Manning, Grigston, Healy, Amy, and Shields. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county: Finney, Kansas.
BJ, go ahead.
Heard somebody attempting to check in, but the signal was weak enough so that I was not able to make it.
And you are 10 times better here on the 09, for me at least. Obviously, and part of that's clearly due to my location. 7-3, I'm having a whole lot of trouble copying you. You're not quite in the next room, but close.
Category. Any mode, even if you've got it 2 10-10s and a tight string, and again, if you figure out a way to get issued a call sign with that, let me know. I'd love to know how that's done. But essentially, standing by for any check-ins. K3GMR.
Receiver, you might want to try Mike at 147.06.
National Weather Service in Goodland has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Thomas County in northwestern Kansas, northeastern Logan County, until 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 7:01 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles northeast of Winona, or 16 miles south of Levant, moving east at 10 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of southeastern Thomas and northeastern Logan counties, including the following locations: Mingo. This includes Interstate 70 in Kansas between mile markers 56 and 75. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Kansas: Logan and Thomas.
Guys working up on the tower. So that's kind of interesting. And this is for Greg and Teddy that I hope you guys try to remember on Saturday at the breakfast station. In and out. Greg and also to
Echo, Sean, in and out. Thank you for also naturally try to be there. Enjoy by whatever you're going to be doing.
And I'll be there tomorrow night. So, with that, back to you, Joe.
K4HTA, Art, how are you doing down in Dumfries tonight? Yeah, rain would be nice, no doubt about that. We're still dry. But on the other hand, you know, as long as I'm not sweating just walking out the door, I'm okay with that too. Backyard, good to hear you. K4HTA, AF4JH. KY4VE, hello. Hello, George. Hello, Net. This is KY4VE. Chris. This dry and slow humidity, this dry weather, this is pretty nice, actually. The yard doesn't like it much, but like y'all said, you had to mow. I did too. I mowed this weekend, and it was like a damn dust storm in spots, but other than that, at least the tall weeds are knocked down, and it actually looks sort of green a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. Chicago man, I don't know, I hadn't got hold of him today. I think he's busy or not sure. Didn't get a reply from him, so we won't hear from Tomas, I don't think, unless he calls in at the end. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, and life is good. So, George, back to you. Hope you're doing good. This is KY4VE. Back to the net. Well, tell you what, tell him we missed him, and was waiting expectantly for him, and he never showed up. Story of our life. Thank you, Crit. Always good to hear you. Yeah, you're low humidity and everything. I don't care. I don't like it either. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure it'll change, brother. It is summertime in Virginia, or it's getting close anyway. KY4.
Thunderstorm warning for Delta County in southeastern Alabama, Houston County in southeastern Alabama, Jackson County in Florida, northern Walton County in Florida, Holmes County in Florida, northern Washington County in Florida, until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 7:08 p.m. Central Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 8 miles east of Ashford to near Batesville for 7 miles southeast of Florala, moving south at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roof, siding, and trees. Locations and should include Cottonwood, Vernon, Lake Springs, Bonfay, Geneva, Mariers, Chipley, Graceville, Milton, Hartford, Taylor, Ashford, Slocum, Sampson, Sparks, Webb, Eglin Air Force Base, Bradford, Union, and Liberty. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties: Houston, Alabama, and Jackson, Florida.
Still put up the 130-foot wire antenna that I bought. I just don't feel like putting up a longer antenna now. I thought a shorter antenna might be a bit easier to work with, less wire. In any event, I would still need to buy that 50 feet of coax. Yeah, it's just throwing out the current 38-foot of wire that's barely enough to reach the tree behind the house. So we're going to have to coax, but yeah, hopefully I could get another antenna up, at least for 80 meters and above. That's all going on. K4HTA from K4HTA.
All right, Sim. Well, sounds like you got a plan and you're executing, so that's a good thing. As long as there's forward motion, there's forward motion, and you're not going around in circles. Thank you for being there, Sim. I do appreciate you coming by tonight, and I certainly look forward to hearing from you next week as well. And I hope your week goes well. I hope the weather kind of stays with us a little bit.
Providing a today's radio history update, because I think it's kind of cool. And today's a big one.
K4HTA, returning it back to that regular amateur use.
Oh, sorry about that. Today was the first commercial FM stereo broadcast in 1961, so anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. With that being said, I will pass the mic over to WA8AHZ. This is Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie.
KR4CCC and the group WA8AHZ. Well, thanks. Your this coming one on 27th and 28th of June, or in my case, way back in 1965, is something that is being captured.
Repeater.
Something coming up on the VWS General Reflector with a URL to a link where you can journal your experiences of the first field day. Mine in 1965, I remember it rained. I remember we made contacts. I remember we were cold, and it rained so much that weekend that we had to get a farmer to bring his tractor out.
National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Woodruff County in eastern Arkansas, northeastern Prairie County in central Arkansas, southeastern White County in central Arkansas until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 7:09 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Hurricane Lake WMA, 47 miles southwest of Augusta, moving south at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Death Arcade, Pryor, Hurricane Lake WMA, Dixie, Worden, Sand Hill, Little Dixie, McClellan, Gregory, Georgetown. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county: Woodruff, Arkansas.
Lou, KN4IJC, take it away, please.
This is KN4IJC, Lou out at Herndon. I want to say thanks to Don and KB4PH for hosting the net this evening, and thanks to everybody for participating. We do not have a club meeting this coming Friday, but next Friday we do, and that will be June the 12th. And we'll be talking about all things POTA, Parks on the Air, and we'll also do a kind of a final update on our plans for Field Day for anybody that's interested in stopping in and seeing what we're up to. Nothing much to report radio-wise. I've been kind of focused full-time on canine recovery, which is going very well. So that's good news. And let's see, what else do we have going on here? I had something else I wanted to mention. Maybe I'll come back later if I think of it again. K3AGT John in Vienna. This is KN4IJC.
Okay, thank you, Lou, and good evening to the group. This is KA3AGT in Southeast. With regard to field day, this is going to be my first field day. I'm looking forward to it very much. I think that I'd love to lend a hand, so I'll be there to do what I can for the team. And I actually am kind of interested to learn a little more about POTA. So I've been looking over a lot of things on the surface, but it'll be fun to get a little more experience and learn about POTA on field day for maybe some future adventures of my own into the parks. Let's see, I think, honestly, radio-wise on this end, I've really been just trying to restore a few older Windows laptops and testing them with the digital softwares WSJTX and FLDigi. Interestingly, I've got an older ICOM 761 transceiver that uses the CI-V interface. It's a rather old communications interface off the back of this ICOM. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge to see if I can get this interface to RS-232 to one or two of these restored Windows laptops. So that's hard. Now is pass this on to I believe it's Chris, and Chris, my apologies. I'm not entirely sure on your call. So please correct me. I'm probably going to be wrong on this. Kilo Nancy 6, Yankee Nancy Charlie, I believe. Please correct me on that. Chris, over to you. This is Kate.
National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Woodruff County in eastern Arkansas, northeastern Prairie County in central Arkansas, southeastern White County in central Arkansas until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 7:09 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Hurricane Lake WMA, 47 miles southwest of Augusta, moving south at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Deaths Arcade, Pryor, Hurricane Lake WMA, Dixie, Worden, Sand Hill, Little Dixie, McClellan, Gregory, Georgetown. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county: Woodruff, Arkansas.
Thank you, KF6YSV. Glad you are here for the next field day itself. Hope you enjoy meetings of Vienna Wireless Society. Most of them are at the Oakton High School these days, but occasionally they're in other places. Let's move on now to the next group, and looking at it Well, I'll tell you what, before I do that, let me ask if there's anybody else who wants to check in so I know how to group these. Any standing by for check-in?
Whiskey 2, Whiskey Charlie Mike, Bill, Indiana, light check-in.
W3WCM, I've got you added to the collection. That means there are 5 left. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a group of 3 and a group of 2, except I'll find out first before I start the group of 2 whether there's another new check-in to join. We'll see how that goes. So, the order of this group, KB1NG David, you then pass on to KB3ARZ, Bob out in Indian Head, Bob to K4LAS Aaron, Paul's Church, and Aaron back to me, Kilo Victor 4 Papa Hotel, Don here in Vienna. And while we're about it, yes, I'll call after this and ask if anybody has any news for VWS, any board members say something. But right now, this group of 3, KB1NG, KB3ARZ, and K4LAS. So take it away, please, David.
Right, KB4PH with the group. This is KB1NG. Well, I do remember my first field day was in 1979. I'd become a ham back in 78, so I guess I just didn't go to field day in 78. But anyway, 79 was the first one, and I remember being quite uncomfortable due to the fact it was 45 degrees with a nasty wind chill up in Pennsylvania. We weren't that high up, maybe only 1,400 feet above sea level, but it was a mighty cold night, and I remember holding the 100-watt light bulb in my lap as a heat source, trying to keep from burning myself while trying to stay a little bit warm at the same time. And those incandescent bulbs threw some heat. And I see I got my paper log right in front of me. It looks like I stayed up operating 40 meters CW till about 3 in the morning. So that was my memory of that. And I don't think that's ever been a problem. Cold, I don't think there's ever been a problem here in Vienna Wireless Society field days. So that's what I'm sticking to. I have experienced a couple field days down here, and they've been a bit on the toasty side for my liking, but fun anyway. KB3ARZ from KB1NG. Over to you, Bob.
KB1NG, KB3. I haven't heard you in a while, so I was going to say I've picked the right place. I've been wondering about you, but you're still around, so that's good. I've only been to a couple field days, just briefly. Stopped in, said hello, and got help with a few things, and that's about it. But I know they're good times. I do know that. I got lots of friends that go to them. I need to join the group down here. Get to theirs maybe next year. Or maybe this year I might join it before then. So still at the beginning of June, so but that's okay. Field day is great. I hear lots of good things about it. So K4LAS from KB3. ARZ.
K4HTA repeater.
This is Kilo 4 Lima Alpha Sierra. Thank you very much. I am VWS's new POTA guy, so I will be doing a presentation next week at the monthly meeting at the high So please come on by and say hi. I'll be talking about everything you ever wanted to know about POTA. We're afraid to ask. Break? I am a relatively, well, no, I am a very new ham, and I've never been to a field day, so this will be my first experience. I have done a lot of parks on the air activations out in the field, so packing up my kit and heading out to parks is something I do regularly, but doing that with a group of 100 people makes the introvert in me scream. But I'm sure it'll be a good time. That's all I got. Don, Kilo Victor for Papa Hotel, back to you.
Thank you, K4LAS. Just a moment to pause. The repeater finally timed out. Okay, we've got 2 already. Is there anybody else who wants to check in before we call this last group of 2? Okay, nothing heard. So the group of 2.
3 W3FDK repeater.
Fairfax and Vienna relatively, and then back up to me, KV4PH here in Vienna. So take it away, please, Bob.
Okay, thank you, Don. This is K2TV. I like Mike at WLAT said he got on his first field day. He was 16 years old. Well, mine was in 1960, and I was 16 years old my first field day. In those days, I remember the kids got relegated to what the ham radio version of the kids table, and that is we got stuck on 2 and 6 meter AM, which was great fun. It was something we normally would not be found on. We enjoyed it. After that, I did CCW operation on all bands, and now what I enjoy best. Let me let this drop. What I enjoy best is working in the GOTA tent, the Get On the Air tent. It's great to see these kids get on the air for the first time in ham radio, or they're newly licensed and they want to try out some new bands, the tech license, and they want to try out and see what 40 or 20 meters is like. And they get on the air tent. So if you come to field day and you've never been on the air, if you're a ham or not a ham, if you've been licensed for a short amount of time, get on the air, get in, and we'll help you out. But I really enjoyed field day every year. It's really an enjoyable thing. So if you've never been to a field day, you got to come down. You'll have great fun, great camaraderie. Back to you, Don, and thank you for doing the net. KV4PH, this is.
Thank you, K2TV. We should have been going on to W2WCM from that. Did I forget to mention that? Bill, it's your turn.
Thanks, Don and Bob. W2WCM here. It's a good question, Don. Actually, I was thinking back on. I'm a latecomer to amateur radio. I was already in my 60s when I really got started. Even though I had a novice license back when I was a
college student, but never really did much with it. Anyhow, it was about 10 years ago, my first field day wireless out at Burke Lake Park, and I got excited, stayed up all night, worked the 40 and 80 meter net, or sorry, the 20 and 80 meter tent with NT8B, Leon. Great fun. It happened to be the weekend of my birthday, so I got to make a call just after midnight on my birthday. That was really a memorable experience. And otherwise, amateur radio, I'm just steadily working countries. I've yet to, haven't this week found any new ones, but worked some old timers here and had a lot of fun with this new radio I have. Okay, so now I think I can pass it back to Kilo Victor 4 Papa Hotel Don. This is W3WCM.
Thank you, W2WCM. Sounds like definitely a good start for your first field day, too. Is there anybody who has... I should have done this at the beginning, but is there anybody who has a report from VWS to be sent to everyone here? KV4PH over. We're within 5 minutes roughly of the supposed witching hour. So what I'm going to do is ask if anybody has a final comment to make. A call sign only, please.
.9 millibars and rising. Now for some winds around 5 knots. 1 foot. Thursday, northwest winds around 5 knots, becoming south overnight. Waves 1 foot or less. This is a statement from the service. Small craft advisory now in effect until 2 a.m. Tuesday. East winds 10 to 15 knots with gusts to